family. Just gonna be a real quick video. Just wanted to share a couple of things because I shared a video this morning in the community section from Mini Fish, and he was talking about the well, he was talking about the Jewish people and a couple of the leaders in the community, a couple of rabbis, calling for the National Guard to be released because of some things happening, the attacks and the anti-Semitism. And so it's just funny because how the Most High makes everything work out. We're talking about how greetings, family. We're talking about yesterday how I did that video last night, and I brought out the that small paragraph, and it was talking about how it's taboo. It was taboo for the Spanish to talk about how they were getting all this money to build their palaces. How and those top taboo topics are still with us today. It's taboo to talk about who we are. It's taboo to talk about how this nation has gotten its money, its wealth, its power. Shalom, family. It's taboo to talk about all these things. And the video with Mini Fish that I shared was it was pretty much just confirmation of what we were talking about yesterday. I'm sure the guy who runs that channel is a very, very intelligent individual. He does a lot of research. And what you see in his video, just watch it. I mean, it's only like 5 minutes, but you can totally see what we talked about yesterday playing out absolutely perfectly, how the Most High works, and he's confirming what was brought out yesterday in the two videos that I brought out yesterday. These guys are very learned, very smart. They were talking about how make sure you watch it. Like I said, I shared it in the community page. He was talking about how the Jewish community wanted the National Guard called out because of some Semite attacks. I think he said it was about 10 to 12 attacks, maybe more, but they weren't all violent. Some were just verbal. And they want the National Guard called out. And you can kind of tell with the guy that does the video for Mini Fish, he seems very skeptical about those actions. He seems very skeptical because he's kind of like, well, you see why we can't even like talk about certain things, or else we're going to, be labeled as hate speech and things like that. So he can kind of tell that he's a little skeptical about, what's going on. Now, if you start to get a little skeptical about what's going on, wouldn't the next logical step be, well, let's find out who the real Hebrews are. Let's find out who the real people are. No, they don't do that. What they do is they make a right-hand turn real quick to white Jesus. And when you watch the video, the last part is like, you got to pray to Jesus. You got to look for Jesus for your direction. You got to lean on Jesus. You got to, you got to trust Jesus. You see what I'm saying? Like they go from, yeah, this is kind of messed up. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, white Jesus. You see? And when you look at a lot of these other channels, you're going to see that. You're going to see these guys are very smart. I'm not going to say, very well educated, very learned. I said they study, they review, they research. But then, so they figure out that there's something wrong, but they never want to figure out what's right. What's the right thing to do? What should I be doing? Who should I be looking for? Who should I be listening to at this point? And that seems to never happen. So what you want to do is just kind of watch. You just kind of want to watch these people and watch how everything plays out. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see all these taboo topics that from the time that the Gentiles got here, they've been They come over here, they rape, rob, murder, steal, destroy, take all of our stuff, change our identities, and then it's taboo to bring it up. It's taboo for you to call a spade a spade. It's taboo to talk about white Jesus. As soon as you bring up white, hey, I don't believe in white Jesus. What are you, a racist? What are you talking about? We don't know what he looks like, but we're going to give you this picture anyways. You see, like, it's things, the Most High, when it's talking about increasing knowledge, how at the end, times knowledge is going to be increased. This is what it's talking about. This is how you tell who's who. People keep talking about just looking at skin color and things like that. That's not just it. That's not, that's not it. That's not, that's part of it. Don't get me wrong. It's increasing knowledge, and who's can increase knowledge? Who can increase understanding? Who's the Most High increasing at this time? Because you can see it. You can see people are learned as far as worldly ideas. Things of the world, these people are very learned. Oh, sorry, I'll take this off. These people are very learned. But once you start to get into spiritual things, you start getting into truth, it's taboo to talk about the truth. It's taboo to talk about who are the real children of the Most High. It's taboo to talk about who should we be listening to in these last days. Because you can't listen to just any and everybody. You can't listen to you can't just think that anybody can pick up the Bible and start to teach, because they can't. You see? And then, but now look at a lot of these other channels and look at the information and look at how they present it. They'll give you some information. You'll get the information. It's good. Then all of a sudden, they'll make a beeline to white Jesus. When you start to realize that, okay, well, there's something going on with these labels that we put on people. Labels have been put on certain people that's not who they are. And now it's definitely taboo to talk about who the real people of the Most High are. And you can even see it with the station, with these channels. I said it's just, and that's kind of one of the main things I wanted to talk about. Because like I said, last night, I made that video, and I showed you how it was, in 1522, it was taboo to talk about how the Spanish got money to build these palaces. What's changed today? Is it taboo now to still talk about how, they got their money now? So you got that guy from a couple of videos ago that I made, that was talking, pretty much down talking our people, talking about how we were at the bottom, how we got, he seems to act like we got there all on our own, how we just don't want to work hard, how, our communities are just horrible and this and that. But see, the problem with him, and just like most people, it's taboo to talk about how we got there. It's taboo to talk about how the other nations put us at the bottom and raise themselves up on our backs. That's all taboo. That's all stuff that, hey, we're just not going to talk about that. Just don't bring that up. We have to bring that up because that explains pretty much everything that's going on in this world. It explains how we are in a position that we're in, and it also explains how you are in the positions that you're in. And like I said, they can make all the plans that they want. They can, they can try to demonize people and things like that. They were talking about the guy who did the stabbings, how he was actually in the Marines. And he had no other issues before, but all of a sudden he just snapped and, and he said demons were talking to him and told him to go do something, told him to go do the stabbings. I mean, that's all the stuff that's in the video, so definitely something to kind of take a look at. Because like I said, it's all making sense. Yes, false flags, definitely. It's like you're sitting here looking at what's going on, trying to demonize people, and, like I said, they're going to do what they're going to do. Ultimately, they don't make any choices either. The Most High is in charge of the right-hand side and the left-hand side. So anything that they do is, is the plan of the Most High. So it doesn't really matter what their plan is. Ultimately, the Most High's will be done. It's just amazing how there's all these taboo topics, and now you can see it playing out even in the YouTube world. I mean, we've already been seeing it before, but now it's like, the truth is staring everyone right in the face. And that's why now all of a sudden you got all these movements, you got all this stuff going on right now trying to, set up their own narrative. The eyes are definitely opened. Definitely eyes should be open. Many people are seeing with this truth, what's going on with this truth. What's up, Ak? There you are. Good seeing you. Um, it's just absolutely amazing because yeah, well, everything is part of our captivity. Everything is controlled. There's so we understand, but the Most High controls YouTube. The Most High controls who runs YouTube. The Most High controls absolutely everything. We didn't get on the bottom because the Gentiles were so smart. We got on the bottom because the Most High was blessing the adversaries. Yes, sir, a new breed. It was all in prophecy. This is all prophecy. What you're seeing right now is all prophecy. The increasing of knowledge. I said the people bringing out information left and right. Us being able to put that information together. That's all the Most High. This is all prophecy. This is all things that were ordained in the spirit world first, and now all of the things that were ordained in the spirit world are coming to fruition here in the physical world. So the Most High put us at the bottom. It wasn't it wasn't the other nations that put us at the bottom. It was the Most High that put us at the bottom. And what the other nations have to realize is this: it is not going to be us that's going to put you at the bottom. It's going to be the Most High who's going to recompense the world for what was done to our people. We're all just pawns in the game. Ultimately, the Most High is the king, and he's the one that makes the final choices, and he's the one that that controls absolutely everything. That's right. They don't understand our books. Right, Carl? Yes. Southern Hospitality. No one can understand our books. I said, unless the Most High sends the Holy Spirit in order to open up understanding. That's right. The Queen, they're not running anything. They don't run anything. So you got to understand that. So it's like what we need to do is pray to our Father, pray for us to be restored, to pray for knowledge and understanding, pray for the opportunity for us to be able to come together in our own land and live as the way the Most High wants us to live. That was something that Abraham prayed for. Abraham was in the land of the Chaldeans, and one of his main prayers was to be able to go to a land where the Most High was the power. And that's what we need to be praying for. We want to be free so that we can follow the Most High the way he wants us to follow him, so that we can be that community that the Most High wants us to be. Many people come into the truth and they seem to think that we can that's something that was taught to us by all the by the camps. Well, when you get into the truth, you find out you're a Hebrew, the law, statutes, and commandments, keep them to the best of your ability, and then maybe the Most High will save you. I don't know about you, but I was saved before I got here. You were saved before you got here. So you can't earn salvation. The Most High chose who he was going to save before the foundations of the world. So I show my love to the Most High by keeping the laws as best as I can. But the Most High also understands that he knows that I'm still in captivity. I'm still under my oppressor's thumb. And not until I go back into the land that the Most High has promised to me will I then be able to be following the Most High the way he wants me to be. That's why he talks about it in Baruch, that he makes a second covenant with us when we go back into our land. So yes, you can try your best to keep, the laws as best you can, but understand that we are still in captivity. And people are making it seem like, they got to keep the laws in order to be hopefully, worthy enough for the Most High to save you. He's already saved you. If you're getting this knowledge and understanding, the Most High has already saved you. He's already called you. Because look at all the people that are surrounding us that have absolutely no understanding whatsoever. Now, before I came into the truth, I ate pork. I went to school. I went to church on Sundays. I was still calling on white Jesus. I was doing all the same stuff that many people are still doing today. So yeah, I never really, I was doing certain things, but didn't really felt it was always the correct thing to do. But I did it anyways because everybody else was doing it. Then the Most High called me out of that. It was actually the death of my sister-in-law, who actually died at a very early age. And then when she passed away, I just really said, you know what? I'm not going to be like other people and just go to a funeral and then just fall back into the same things I was doing before. I started to really read the Bible, really search for the Most High. And that's when the Most High used that event as a catalyst to bring me to where I am today. I wasn't going to let my sister-in-law's death be in vain. I wasn't going to be like most people who, when people die, oh yeah, that sucks, that's bad for her. Well, pass the pork and let's continue with what we were doing before. Let's continue doing white Jesus and everything else. So that was the catalyst for what I was doing and it was like about 10 years ago. And, I've been searching for the Most High ever since. And the Most High put dear brothers in my path, and we got into the truth pretty much at the exact same time. And we've been growing and learning this thing the entire time. So, people acting as if like, we were somehow holier than thou now because we got the truth. I didn't earn anything. So a lot of people making it seem like you got to do certain things in order to be saved, even at this point. I said, that makes no sense to me because the Most High never said that. The Most High has already chosen who he was going to save. I didn't do anything to earn my salvation. It was a gift given by the Most High. So I don't believe in having to go do certain things or, like that. I said, what I do for the Most High, I do because I love him. I don't do it so that I can hopefully be saved. Okay? So that's how I believe. That's what I believe. And that's what the Most High has shown me. And I can definitely back all that up with plenty of scriptures and the Bible, as well as other books and things like that. So that's the thing. You got to be very careful because that's what Gentiles do. Gentiles make it sound like you can earn your way into heaven. You can earn your way by writing that check. You can earn your way by being good to the Hamites. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I didn't do anything to get called to this position. This was a blessing that was already chosen. It was as part of my path by the Most High. It has nothing to do with anything that I've done. I haven't earned anything. I haven't earned absolutely anything. It's all been a free gift. And I make sure that I praise the Most High for that gift and that opportunity to serve him. Everything is predestined. I don't believe in anything as being a coincidence. I don't believe that we earn anything. All we can do is when we do realize that we've been chosen for a certain task, thank the Most High and pray that he gives us the strength in order to complete it, and then we can complete it as the best of our ability. But the Most High is the one that has given us these tasks, has given us the tools to complete these tasks, and it's all for his glory. And as soon as you start saying that you got to do certain things in order to be saved, I said, now you're taking the glory away from the Most High, and you put it on some kind of an action. So you don't, like I said, you don't hear me, getting puffed up and talking about me and this and what I've done here and look at what I've done and look how many people I've saved. None of that kind of stuff. I said, because I know that as easily as the Most High has raised me up, he could bring me down and bring someone else up. So it has nothing to do with, I've earned this, I've done this. No, that's not it whatsoever. Okay. And even like I said, even a lot of these Gentiles, I'm not going to sit here and, and down a lot of these guys. I said, because that's where the Most High is using them also. The Most High is using many fish to bring out information for us. The Most High is using Richie from Boston to bring out information for us. He's using other people like Dabu 7. He's using other people, to bring information to us that maybe we wouldn't be privy to. But then we can get this information, and then we can definitely then synthesize it and then put it into, what the Most High is working that the other people can't see. The vast majority of the people are going to see that these certain people, these certain names we've given people, designations we've given to people, that's not true. They're realizing that now, but they're not realizing the fact that the Most High's true people have awakened, and that the Most High's true people are breaking things down with the power of all right, so I hope I reconnected. Okay. But yes, I said the most, is it back now? I'm still buffering. I guess they don't like that. I guess they don't like this. They don't like this one here, huh? They don't like these topics. Okay, good. I'm glad we're back now. Okay, good. So yeah, I said it's just amazing to sit here and look and watch what's going on. Like I said, I'm not down, and like I said, the Gentiles are being used too. You know, I said some are being used, some are not. Some are just sitting on the sidelines and living life, but some are being used too. I said, so, you know, just understand, like, come at these people more, you know, understanding that, like I said, the Most High is using everyone for his, for the whatever his mission is for them. Okay? So, like I said, hey, I look at other people's videos and I take the information that they're given, and the other stuff that I don't agree with, I just move to the side. That's how you look at these books. The Most High it's amazing. He used these Gentiles to just tell on themselves. I mean, these people are falling on their swords left and right with these books. There's so much information that I mean, it's like, you know, I just get blessed. Like, man, that's another one. If you got like a 600 or 700 page book, there's hundreds of pages of information that that we can use that are actually telling the truth. You know, and I said, hey, it's not me. Hey, these are your people. You know, I said, it's not me that's saying it. These are your own people who are actually living at that time who are saying these certain things. You know, I said, that's right, Rashad. We're back. Exactly. I said, so don't get mad at me for reading what one of your people, you know, have been saying, or what they were saying back then. You know, and that's the main thing. You know, it's amazing. And like I said, the prophecy of knowledge being increased at the end is exactly what you're seeing. You're able to see through people. You're able to see, you know, through situations. You're able to see how the Most High is still using the Gentiles to bring out information, and he's still blinding them to be able to see the information all the way through. They're bringing up information. They realize things are a mess. They realize things are not going well for them, but they're not able to quite put their finger on what's really going on. You know, they're seeing, you know, they're thinking the old tactics still work. They're still thinking as if they're, you know, the top dog, you know, on the block. And a lot of these other countries are now punking them and not even listening to them anymore. I said, it's all about knowledge. Now you understand why important it was for us to not be able to read. Now you know why it was so important for them to put things in our books like, you know, the white skins as a blessing, the black skins a curse, you know, in order to keep you from reading books. Now you understand why they make books $1,000, $2,000, or you just can't get them at all. You know, I said it's all making sense now. You know, it's always about not reading and not, you know, getting more understanding. That's why you get people who still saying, I only read 80 books. And like I said, it's taboo. It must be taboo to actually make a video proving 80 books only. Because I still haven't seen one video proving why I have to only listen to 80 books or read only 80 books or 66 books. You see, those are taboo topics. A taboo topic of, well, who put your Bible together? That's a taboo topic. You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't want to get into that. Where does it say the Most High approved only 66 books? Taboo topic. I don't want to talk about that. Just know that you can only read 66 books, but I don't have to prove why you have to only read 66 books. You know, I said that's like the whole thing. Taboo topics. There's certain topics, you know, these books right here are the only word of God. If you say anything different, that's a taboo topic. You see that? That's why, like, you know, when I first started reading other books and people were attacking, and I would say, okay, well, prove that I can't read the book of Enoch. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a taboo topics. You know, definitely. I said, you know, there's all these taboo topics that you can't talk about. Can't talk about how, you know, people, we walk around, look at us like we're garbage. You know, and they are taking their vacations, they're getting their money, they're buying their summer homes, they're buying their vacation homes, they're going on trips, and then you actually doing some research and bringing up, hold on, how the hell do these guys got so much money, and why is it that we're always struggling? Well, you start getting into that information, that's a taboo topic, don't talk about that. I was talking to someone about housing, and they said, oh yeah, I've heard about redlining, but that's about as far as they went. Yeah, I think that would be something that you might want to actually do some research on, because that makes a lot of sense as to why so many people, so many Gentiles have so much money, because they have all this equity from generation after generation after generation of being able to pass this money down, or getting opportunities to get into businesses that we weren't allowed to get into. Or another taboo topic is, well, we invented just about everything, but they stole all of our patents and make all the money for themselves, And but that's taboo topic to talk about who actually invented a lot of these things. You see that? So like I said, it's just a lot of taboo topics that are definitely out there. And now we understand why, because the vast majority of the time these taboo topics are talking about us. These taboo topics are talking about where everything originated from. You see how like all these people are like, they'll definitely give you Africa. They'll let you talk about Africa all day long. But as soon as you talk about America being our homeland, you know what? That's a taboo topic. We're not going to talk about that. You see that? Like I said, there's all these topics that, you know, and like I said, these are people that look like us who don't want to talk about it. I was like, why exactly do you not want to have this conversation? This is where you come from. But it's a taboo topic. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. Yes, they get mad, Lynette. A lot of people they get very upset when you get into exposing the truth. So you understand that part of the prophecy at the end of getting more knowledge is definitely going to bring a lot of people upset, because these are topics that have been avoided for hundreds and hundreds of years. You know, I said that's it. Taboo terrorism in their feelings. That's it. A lot of these people are now in their feelings. They don't, you know, they don't want to listen to us. They don't want to listen to how they got everything. They just want to be able to enjoy everything they got. You know, and that's it. All we can do is do what the Most High has raised us up to do. You know, so He's raised us up to bring out this truth and to bring our nation together. We should all definitely be praying together. I'm gonna start maybe we can start praying every day for the next couple of weeks at 6 o'clock West Coast time. And like I said, we need to pray as a community. And we can pray that the Most High will allow us to give us our land back so that we can follow Him the way that He wants us to. See, that's always at the end of our Egyptian captivity, the Most High always wanted us to be separated. He always wanted us to be let go, be free, so that we can go and worship the Most High the way He wants us to. And that should be something that we all should be praying for right now. We should be praying for that separation so that we can worship the Most High the way that He wants us to follow Him. Just like in Baruch, we're going to be able to get the New Testament, the new agreement will be when we are restored back in our land. Yes, 3 hour difference. So it'll be 9 o'clock in the evenings, East Coast time, and 6 o'clock in the evening here, West Coast time. And everybody, I think we should start doing that. So I think we should going forward, maybe every evening, 6 o'clock West Coast time, we all get together and we start to pray together for the Most High to restore us. And just like Abraham did, Abraham prayed so that he could go to a land where the Most High was the power, and that we could actually follow the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, and we could live together as the community that He set up. Because we know that definitely prayer is power. That's how we're going to get our power back, is by praying to the Father as a community, coming together as a community. So let's plan on doing that. I'll put that in the community post too, but let's start doing that tonight. 6 o'clock West Coast time. We'll do it 9 o'clock East Coast time, and we'll just get together and we'll just pray. And Most High will hear his children's prayers, and that's something we definitely need to be getting into as a people, praying together, praying the Most High's will be done. He's been moving towards us already without us even praying together as a community. So let's come together and pray as a community. And if, get other people that you guys know, start to get them into the habit of doing the same thing. Let's put it on our phones so we know that we're going to start to pray together every day going forward at 6 o'clock. Okay? So I wasn't planning on being this long, but, I just wanted to kind of bring that up because I saw that video this morning with Mini Fish. It followed exactly what the Most High had us doing. We're talking about yesterday, talking about, there's taboo topics and things they don't want to talk about. I said, and it's all making perfect sense. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.